How was your staycation? What'd you do?
Worked on my car.
That's it, huh?
That's it. Worked on my car and jerked off vigorously.
Yeah, I'm sure the oil from working on the car is good lube. Yeah, and all the blackness on your hand rubbing off onto your cock makes you fit in Houston a little better.
Bro,
is black cock like an offensive thing, like black face?
I don't think. Well,
can you do black cock?
Let me tell you something.
Well, all right.
Fucking get close. You trying to fuck me?
Yeah, a little bit.
And Stevie J on here so much that now you want to fuck me?
He's inspired me. He's really an inspiring guy.
He is definitely an inspiring guy. You should have seen him. We had him on the mic rapping like a concert last Sunday.
With the mic on or?
Yeah, with the mic on, and he was doing like, "Yo, bring it back, DJ," and I fucking.
You're
lying. I swear to God, and the crowd was going fucking nuts.
Wait, this was Saturday?
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, late night.
Okay,
and like, so the section is all like his girls and like everyone from Bottle, and so everybody's like wasted, but they're like loving it, and he's like fucking flying. He's so happy that he's fucking like, he's just loving it.
He just wants to be a star, bro.
I mean, the kid might be a star. He might have it because he's got the fucking chutzpah. That's for sure.
The confidence is half the battle.
That is 90%.
You know, you could be incredibly good at what you do, but then when you get up there and it's time to do it, if you don't have the confidence to do it, you're out.
Exactly.
That's it. The kid's got no talent that I know of, but he's got all the confidence.
You haven't heard his rap song?
It's incredible. No, I haven't heard it.
Oh.
Have you heard it?
I have heard it.
No, you haven't.
He made me listen to it one time in the club.
What do you think?
I mean, it was better than I thought.
Okay,
I'm not saying it was great, but it was better than I thought it would be.
Was it like
had ad libs? It was like a fully produced song.
Was it a City Girls track essentially?
No, it was kind of more. I don't know. I was in a nightclub while I'm DJing, listening to a fucking phone, so I couldn't really tell you all the details.
Okay, this was through his phone. Oh, I thought it was maybe through your headphones.
But it was like, I remember being somewhat impressed. Like, I didn't think it would come out that good. Maybe he fucked some producer that, like, you know, he's on the down low and he's in the game now.
He's got the sugar daddy to squeeze the funds out of.
That's true. That's the rest of the battle. If you got the confidence and the money,
you really don't need anything.
That's
else.
it. That's
all you need.
That's it. You know, good thing for him. We haven't had a Stevie J as a musician since the 80s.
Who was it?
Stevie J.
Stevie J.
Diamond Girl.
They're singing for me real quick.
Diamond Girl, you make me feel. Oh, yeah. You know the song that every 40-something-year-old Chicagoan listens to at the dive bar while drinking an old style?
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. Wasn't that Stevie J?
I don't know.
I think it was.
It's time for the resurgence, though.
Apparently.
I'll tell you
Reincarnation.
That. Stevie J's coming back. Stevie J from the Bay. Big gay Stevie J.
Big gay Stevie J. Yo, I think the other Stevie J was gay, too. But I mean, most of those freestyle guys, I gotta assume they were gay. Or maybe it was just
they
style.
played the part
I don't know.
Well.
I mean, the shoe fit. The condom fit for sure.
You know what doesn't fit?
Us in this lens.
A saxophone player in the middle of a DJ set.
Yes, that is fact.
It just doesn't fit.
Talk to us. What happened?
It just doesn't fit. And I've been having to play with one for the last month and a half, Saturday nights. And here's the thing. Incredible musician, right? But you know, when someone's like so good at something that they don't have the rest of their brain for like social
like how doctors are. They're really smart with working on people, but if you try and like have a conversation with them, they're fucking retarded.
Yeah, that was the word I was looking for.
Yeah. Wait, so are you like cool with this guy?
He's the homie because he's a nice guy and I do like him and I respect his talent.
Tell him how you feel.
But he's
probably watching.
I don't have the brain power to DJ my set and try and hold the room. Do you know? First of all, I'm going up against naked women. Okay? It's hard enough to hold a room full of people where there's no naked women to distract them.
Yeah.
I'm going up against naked women here. I got to DJ my heart out. I have to give them everything I got just to hold on to them a little bit.
Yeah.
And every other song, I'm trying to do something here. I'm trying to bring them here and bring them there and get control of them. And every other song, here comes the saxophone, bringing them back to the lounge. I'm trying to hype them up.
Yeah.
They're ready to go. I got them where I want them. My first 3 songs, it was a hit every time. Now it's time for the 4th one to bring them up. And here comes the saxophone just holding them down.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I do know what you're saying. Unfortunately, I've DJed with violinists. I've DJed with drummers. I've DJed with people who pretend to be drummers, and I can tell you, the saxophone, wind instruments in general, are not great for DJ sets. And it's nothing against them. I mean, listen, I couldn't play a fucking saxophone, a flute, or a fucking, a violin for that matter. But that doesn't mean that it works in a nightclub status. Maybe it's better for like a jazz club. I love jazz clubs. I haven't been to one in a long time, but maybe they need to bring those to Houston.
There is a jazz spot in the Heights that I want to go back to. I went to once. It was incredible. But yeah, this dude is. It would be so perfect if it was like once every 45 minutes, and it was the right song. And he was following the bottle girls in the line of creating the party, and the people are at their table, and he's fucking on his knee and shit, doing it for them. And it's a spectacle. It's an event.
Let me tell you something though. As much as we're shitting on saxophonists in the club, I have to admit that one of the greatest DJ sets that I've seen in recent memory was. What was that guy's name?
Natty Rico.
Natty Rico.
Rico Natty or
Natty Rico, Rico Natty, Rico Nasty, something like that.
He's dirty.
He is a fucking beast.
He's a beast.
Now he gets it. See, the thing is, he's DJing and playing the saxophone, so he has a routine of sorts. But then he can also play he was playing like throwbacks, and people were going fucking nuts.
That if it's a show,
yeah,
if it's your night and it's your thing, and they're here to see you play the saxophone and dance around and do all that.
Stand on the table, yeah.
It works. But to be part of what else is happening, you have to be able to you have to be a good band member. It's like if someone's playing the drums and then the guitarist just comes in and starts soloing over when the singer's supposed to be singing.
Yeah. Maybe you guys lack communication. Maybe you need to sit down and have a talk with him.
This is what I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay, so you're telling him
spurging out a little bit.
And hoping that he's watching, maybe really listening.
I'm hoping that I can just be like, hey, come in, every 30 minutes. Don't get too crazy. But he gets excited. He's like an excited puppy. You play a song that he likes or something that he hears that he's like, oh, I could play a really cool riff over this. He needs to get at it. He starts foaming at the mouth. He's like sitting over there by the alcohol, and I'm trying to sit. I'm trying to. What's the word when you give someone drugs to subdue? I'm trying to subdue him, sedate him, and it's not working. I'm trying to hype the crowd out.
Have you tried using pussy to distract him?
I should. You
should just pay one of the strippers to fucking just pretend to fucking be interested in him for about 30 minutes at a time, and then there you go.
That
Problem
would be
solved.
hilarious. I'm gonna tell
the management.
I'm gonna do that actually. Yeah. But yeah, I don't have the brain power to be trying to tell this guy. I don't want to. I don't even want to. I'm trying to do my thing. I'm trying to get in my zone.
He's a professional.
And I don't want to have to direct him.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Give me more money if I got more jobs to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I don't want that. Who wants that? I'm trying to DJ.
I understand.
I'm trying to beat the women. I'm in Houston, and that's what they do here.
You're coming
I'm trying
in hot,
to beat
bro.
the women.
You're coming in hot.
I don't want to put my hands on them. I want to win in the competition is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Beat.
I want to win. I want to beat them.
Yeah, okay. You want to beat them? Jesus. Yeah. I feel uncentered here. Do I need to get closer?
Yeah, you got to get in here.
Snuggle up.
It's a new lens.
All right.
The No Good Boys, this is their camera and usually their lens, but they took it to go shoot something, so I had to rent this thing.
What happened to your shit?
No, it's never been mine. That's theirs. They just gave me that to use. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's right in order for you.
Yeah.
There's a little delay on my my mouth and what I say. Is that going to be? Yeah. Ba 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 ba.
I think you might just caught a contact high when you
No,
walked in
watch
here.
that. Ba. You saw that, right?
Yeah, it looks fine.
Watch my lips. Ba. You can't tell me you don't see the delay.
I don't see it.
Okay, well, you're probably slow and your motor nerves aren't working well. Or
trying to get
it's
in
the
the spirit.
fumes from painting my car without a respirator all day today. That's possible.
That I think sounds more likely.
Yeah.
That sounds more likely.
No, there's definitely delay, and if you don't see it, you're fucking crazy. Come on.
Yep.
You don't see that.
Yep. No.
All right. Listen, people are tired of hearing us talk about this. What else you got?
I just want to beat women, man.
Well, we know this.
I want to
And
be
you can
better
do
than
it.
them. And the best way to beat them is to join them, which is why I'm trans.
Yeah?
You saw my mangina.
Yeah. What's the context behind that? It came up in a group text, and I said, "Is that my?" They're like, and I was like, "Is that my man's?" And I'm like, "Couldn't be, because he doesn't have a penis there, just a fucking furry bush." Which you should probably do some manscaping there. You got a fucking jungle going on.
It's a mangina.
That's like a '70s mangina.
Yeah, OG shit.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
Who was in this group chat?
I mean, Cody Bona.
Okay.
Cody Bona was
He was the
one who had
receiver of the original message.
Okay, well, that's probably why. And I was just fucking spurting it out to anybody. How long has that thing been in the stratosphere?
It's been a while because I was pretty thin and looking decent in that picture. That was a couple months ago.
He was holding on to it for the right moment.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. That's one of those things about taking nudes with your face in it. It's going to last forever.
That's not a nude.
Well, you weren't wearing clothes.
I mean, technically, I want to say that I'd be able to post that on Instagram because none of my genitalia was in it. Only the genitalia I wish I had and I thought and I feel on the inside like I was born with.
You could get away with it only if you wore like a thin veil over it. That's the rule of Instagram. As long as there's a thin veil, you could be jerking off. And it's completely fine, pretty much. Because I swear to God, I see tits on my Instagram every day.
Yeah.
And it's always on my Explorer page. I don't follow any of these fucking hood rat bitches, but they find me.
They find you. They know that it's every other thing that you're doing on there that the calculations add up. They're like, this guy needs to see
what you're
this.
telling me, Pornhub is communicating with my Instagram.
There's no doubt about it. Those little cookie invitations that you have to accept on every website.
I never read them.
I don't even know what a cookie is, but I want to get on the website, so I say yeah.
So yeah, take the cookie.
I love cookies.
Yeah, I mean that's what's happening.
It's
wow.
so funny that they named it like something that everyone
You
loves,
want a
something
cookie?
delicious. The cookie jar is like this sought after thing when you're a child. Like when
you get older, it's just a fucking virus. It's like, you want a cookie? Yeah, that is fucked up, isn't it? They could have named it anything.
Yeah.
But a cookie is probably the least intrusive thing. So it's smart.
It's like them renaming pedophiles.
What do they call them now?
They're minor attracted persons.
Shut the fuck up.
They call them
Not in
MAPs.
Texas or Florida, because you could kill them now and you're good. We can cook those bastards. That's the one thing that I think left, right, in between, everybody can agree. Let's just fucking kill them all.
There are a few. Well, I don't know. The left is trying to push MAPs. The left
MAPs?
is trying to rename them.
Well, then they can go in the oven with them. The way I see it. Fuck them. As a fucking parent, I hope they all die. But, you know.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one.
I don't think it's tough. It's a pretty easy decision. Kill them, and then there's no problem. No kids get hurt. It's great.
But what if you could maybe utilize the dead bodies for the better of humanity? What if you could maybe
we could use that as fertilizer.
Fertilizer. What if you turn it into meat for people that don't have food?
But then what if the people that eat the meat become pedophiles?
And so they're like vampires?
Yeah, it's like a fucking poisonous blood.
You don't think you could cook the pedophilia out of it? They say.
Well, we're going to find out if we can cook the pedophilia out of him now that they've passed the law. So, yeah, we'll find out. We'll see.
Nice. I'm into it. What did you have going? You know, we never really even introduced this episode, and it's episode 91. We're getting close to
91 and a half at this point.
91 and a half. Yeah, you're right. I think for the 100th episode, we should do that one you were talking about with Omix and DJ Heck. Shots for shares, remember?
Yeah.
You were saying they wanted to
Shots for shares. I do remember that. Yeah. We could do that. We should do that live somehow.
Here's the thing, though. Facebook had a share counter on it.
Right.
I was thinking about this the other day. So we could refresh the page and see how many shares we had. If we're live on YouTube, there's no share counter. How do we accumulate shares? Do we have to maybe we'll put someone's phone number on the screen and you have to text a screenshot of the video in a group chat or something, you know?
See, the new people don't realize how much work we put in.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we had the dial-a-thon?
Yeah, man,
we had our own phone line specifically for people to call in, and no one fucking called in. We had to have my ex-girlfriend fucking pretend to call in, and then just to get some content.
Yeah.
We had maybe a couple callers, but people are scared. They're shook.
There was a few, but yeah.
Oh, a text number. A text number would be good.
That's what I'm saying. A text. You have to take the link, throw it in a group chat, screenshot it, and send that screenshot to us so we can count it as a share.
Or they could just text us.
Text us what?
Isn't there an app where you can get a phony number for people to text?
Yeah, like a Google number or something.
Yeah, something like that, and then we just fucking rack them up.
Yeah, well, we need them to send us a screenshot of the proof that they shared it. Because the whole thing is we want them to share the video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess so. That's probably
it sounds like a lot.
What doesn't Instagram have some feature we could use?
I don't think any of the social media things have a share counter. Instagram Reels does.
People can share it to their story and then send us a screenshot.
Oh, and tag us.
Yeah, tag us. There you go.
Oh, that's
tags
right. Yo,
shots.
you take a picture of the video.
Tequila for tags.
You fucking tag us. Hey, these guys are gonna take a shot for every share they get. You tag us. Boom. Every tag we get, we have to take a shot. That's good.
Tequila for tags. There we are.
That's a strong tequila.
Tag us, and we will tag the bottle. Yeah, how many bottles are we gonna do?
Well, there's 4 of us.
So there's at least 2 bottles. That's the rules.
At least.
So we should have 2 and a little one.
When's the last time you went into work just pretty obliterated?
Probably Sundays. Usually.
Last week.
Yeah, Sundays. That's usually how it goes. No, I had a triple shift, so that was a little different. But wait, we're doing it on a Friday. Is that a good idea? I think we should do it on a Tuesday.
I mean, we could.
I think we should do it on a Tuesday. Listen, man.
We could make it like a special event.
To the homie the other day, he kind of sunned me a little bit.
Oh, what happened?
But in a good way. When they're sometimes the truth hurts a little bit, but you need to hear it.
Yeah.
And he basically called us bitches.
What did he say?
He was saying that he's been a longtime fan of us and a longtime fan of what we do.
What's a long time?
Since the Shots for Shares days.
Oh.
Yeah.
You ran into him here?
Yeah.
Okay.
He knows Georgie. He was in Georgie's frat. Big guy.
You don't know his name?
I do know his name. I just can't think. Well, yeah, that'd probably be better.
Big guy from Georgie's frat.
Yeah.
That was in Houston?
Yeah, he lives here now. He used to live in Arizona.
Who is it? I want to know who it is. All right, but whatever. Keep
Anyhow, so he's basically telling me, he's like, yeah, every Tuesday they used to look forward to our show.
Yeah.
Like him and all his boys would get together and they'd be like, yo, what are you doing? Oh, it's Tuesday. What is Strategy and DOLO going to do? What kind of crazy fucking shit are they going to come up with? Because every week we would spend a whole day figuring out how we're going to do something crazier.
That was the most fun part.
Yeah. And now we just sit in front of a screen and fucking babble, which is fine. That's, whatever.
It's growth. The adult version.
It's the adult version. But we need to bring it back.
I'm
at
ready.
least for the 100th episode. If not, I honestly, after he said this, on the ride home, this was a couple weeks ago, I was thinking, yo, I'm about to tell Strategy that we do the show in some form or fashion or another, or I'm just not going to do the podcast anymore because I do enjoy the podcasting, but that's not us, man. And then he also said that when he sees us at Bottled, it's not like the spectacle that used to be. And I tried to explain it to him. Like, listen, man, we're not getting paid the money we used to get paid.
Yes.
So to kill ourselves, and
kill ourselves and even have the passion to want to do it.
Exactly.
Is like we're not. I don't personally feel like we are respected or enjoyed even in the space that we're in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that
So
gives
now
me
it's
no
kind of just like
motivation.
punching in the clock. Anyways, this same person said that he would finance a strategy and DOLO show, like a real one. And
Let's do it.
We talked numbers, and the numbers were
Was
good.
it Smitty?
No,
Nick?
Smitty.
Who was it? If he's financing our show, you better find out who it is. You got his number?
Yeah, I got his number.
Is his name saved on top of his number? Or
I don't want to say it on there.
I don't even know who that is.
You should know this.
I don't. Maybe I need to see a
You probably know him if you saw him.
I'm sure I know him.
Anyways.
If I saw him.
So yeah, but yeah, he does have money like that.
All right. Well, I mean, we're locking it in right now. It's gonna.
Yeah,
be
I mean,
a
you're
Tuesday
seeing it live. This
for the 100th
conversation happened.
episode. We're doing tequila for tags.
Tequila for tags, but I think we might be even able to talk to him and communicate a little bit of a budget to like maybe make it a spectacle on top of the drinking.
Yeah, I mean, I have the space for it too. We can go to the studio and do whatever the fuck we want.
Well, I'm excited because this is starting to. And for anybody watching, this is how ideas come up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we hadn't planned any of this up until this point. I mean, unless you had in your head, but like, this is the process. I think we should brainstorm up something, off the air, and I think we can come up with something really dope for it. I mean, so what is that? 9 episodes from now?
Yeah, 9 weeks essentially.
It's more than enough time.
Oh yeah, easily.
Be summertime, maybe do something like a pool party. Who knows? Anything could happen. Remember the great pool party when we had the midget, rest in peace, little JJ.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace.
And
yes.
we threw him in the pool.
Yeah,
good times.
And the thing is, like, for a podcast like this, it's nice to do inside, just the two of us. There's nobody else here. We're engaged in the conversation. There's no distractions. There's not a lot going on. That's beautiful. But for our show that we used to do, and for this upcoming event, to do a pool party and like have us set up in front of the pool party, even if it's loud a little bit, even if there's music on, even if it's crazy, and
well, especially if it's crazy, that because that was kind of the seller, right? The comedy and the topics were always there, right? But it was like, what the fuck are they gonna do? Like, whether it was a shock collar or whether it was fucking, whatever. It was always about getting creative. Whether it was eating fucking a goat's eyeball live, like we need to get back to that a little bit. I feel
100%. I think we should do that, and we'll be manning the phones, waiting for the tags. Mm-hmm. We'll have a couple.
How could we man the tags from? Well, we would have to have like an assistant.
No, just like we used to do. We'll just have one phone on the page, and every time you get tagged,
or the iPad is like nice.
Yeah, iPad.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, that's what the fuck we need to do.
We'll be lit, and we'll throw a party, and then we'll get hammered, and then we'll DJ after. And
I think we should do it on a Tuesday, just out of principle.
Actually, Krista just got a new spot that has a pool in it, and she was asking me about DJing there. I think maybe that'd be a tight spot to do it.
That's tight. I'm not sure who Krista is, but sounds good.
Yeah, that'd be lit.
Is that in the area?
In the Heights, yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we can start putting out word. If you're listening to this, if you're one of the 3 viewers watching, holler at your boys if you'd like to be a part of that.
Chala.
If you'd like to come see it live in the flesh instead of in your car or, wherever you're listening to us in the gym.
Yeah, the strategy.
Come be a part of the actual Strategy and DOLO show.
The Strategy and DOLO show live.
Live. Man, the live is good. I mean, this is cool. This isn't really edited, but like live, especially when you're live and you interact with the viewers, that's the shit.
Yeah.
The 24-hour DJ set we had, interviewing with that was like, you're like connecting with the audience because like they come back after 8 hours and like, oh, you guys are fucking meth heads. I don't know, you're still DJing. Yeah, good to see you again. What do you do? Oh, you're on your way to work. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit. I missed that.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's what's up.
Remember we did the live Facebook live thing in the whip and drove and picked up that girl Lexi. And
I was thinking about when Megs was it Lexi? Which one was Lexi?
Lexi, we drove to the south side, like Bridgeport.
Oh yeah. That was random as fuck. We were just like rolling, and she's like, "I'm around the corner in a bar watching you," and then you picked her up. I think you smashed her, right?
I did. I don't think that night, but I ended up.
Yeah, she was a hot little Asian thing or something, if I remember.
She was like white, but she looked Asian, which made her way hotter than just regular white. You know?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say Asian. I was like, listen, tone it down. We're in Houston, okay? No, that was fun. But that was like, that's like the spontaneity of the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And speaking of being comfortable on the couch and, you know, for the pod, I did a pod with Cutwell in the upstairs room of Bloom.
Okay.
Ed Kilroy hooked us up, got us, you know.
Did you ask him why the fuck they canceled our show?
I wasn't able to talk to your boy Rudy. I didn't see him. But me and Cutwell had a good conversation about it.
Did you?
Yeah, it was good. It was funny.
That's good. I'm glad that someone addressed it because, you know, it's one thing when a show gets canceled like randomly. Like the first time it happened, it was understandable.
Yeah. I mean, I knew. You knew too in the back of your heart and the back of your head. That's why, like, it was kind of beautiful because we're set up in a position where we have our gigs no matter what, and we can leave them last second if we want. So had he hit us up even the day before and confirmed, we would have been able to do it, but he never did. So it was like no money lost, really. You know what I'm saying? And that was the beauty of signing on with him in the beginning because we knew that there was going to be some fuckery.
Yeah. Those flights were expensive as hell. So
yes.
So it worked out. But you already booked your flight anyways.
Well, I was going to go home no matter what, so I just booked it for Monday morning instead of Sunday morning.
Yeah, I sent the wifey down there. We were actually going to both go, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to stay here. But it worked out.
How was your staycation? What'd you do?
Worked on my car.
That's it, huh?
That's it. Worked on my car and jerked off vigorously.
Yeah, I'm sure the oil from working on the car is good lube.
Yes, it doesn't lose its viscosity.
Yeah, and all the blackness on your hand rubbing off onto your cock makes you fit in Houston a little better.
Bro,
is black cock like an offensive thing, like black face?
I don't think. Well,
can you do black cock?
Let me tell you something. When I was younger, I had a girl that I was hooking up with, and she gave me a condom. It was, I think it was strawberry. It was a dark red.
Dark red.
And in a dark room. And I looked down and I was like, it kind of looks bigger. It makes it look a little bigger. I don't know. Maybe she was trying to tell me something.
It's like when you get a tan and your muscle definition's a little better. You know, that's why those bodybuilder guys do like black body. Like, they do everything
pretty
except
much,
the face.
Yeah, pretty much bronze their whole body.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you been in the gym lately or what?
I worked out with my brother on Tuesday, and that was really it. I haven't worked out in Chicago, unfortunately. I get so excited to go back that I like pack my days with shit to do. I'm going to see this person for lunch, and then I'll see my mom for dinner, and then I'll hang out with the boys after that. And it's like just one thing after the next to do. Even though it's all great things that I enjoy doing, I do forget that I need those hours of just time to recharge.
Yeah. Your brother looks like he's been in the gym.
He's definitely been hitting it hard.
He's not skipping any days.
He's hitting it hard.
He does thirst trap on the gram.
Yeah, he does home workouts, basically kettlebell shit for the most part.
Speaking of ketamine,
yeah.
So I'm having a conversation with an unsaid person the other day.
Is he savory or unsavory?
You could probably be the judge for that.
Okay.
He's I don't even want to say what he does because then everybody will know. Let's just say he kind of works with us.
Okay.
Right?
I think I already know who.
We're having a conversation the other day. He's like talking all this crazy shit. It's Saturday at, I don't know, maybe 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And we're just talking, and he like leisurely asked me if I would like a bump of ketamine. He's like, and I'm like, no. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? It's 3:00 in the afternoon. No, I don't want any ketamine. He's like, no, I do it like, just to like get through the day. And I'm like, that's a terrible, terrible road to be down.
Sounds healthy.
And so we were talking about AI.
He did ketamine and then went on this rant.
Well,
about
he was
KI?
probably on ketamine the whole time I'm talking to him. The way that he just like leisure, like somebody pulls out a vape, he like pulls out a fucking little bottle of fucking ketamine. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So anyway,
is he wearing his glasses in the club more times than not?
I don't know. Maybe.
Then it's not the person I'm thinking of.
Well, I'll tell you off the air. I'm gonna, not say it here, but anyhow, it's not important who it was. What's important is that I'm having a conversation with this kid about AI, and all he's telling me is like how AI. He's like, it's great. No, it's great. I've done a lot of research on it. It's great. And then he like in the same sentence is telling me how he believes that AI is a demon that's trying to break out. And he's like AI was just discovered, just like the internet. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure the internet wasn't just discovered. He's like, no, the internet's all in the air. They just like discovered it. And I'm like, I don't think you really understand how this technology thing works, because that's not the case. As far as I know, maybe I'm wrong.
Well, was he talking like he ate a bunch of mushrooms as well, and like
he was just
the concept of like we don't create ideas. It's always
they're just
already
floating through this
right, and then they
water
just come
world
to
of
us and we
universe.
match up at the same time, and nothing's really created, but you're just being able to grasp something at that exact moment. Was it kind of like that thing?
Yeah, but the guy's already kind of a fucking out there guy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I wouldn't have assumed that he was high on ketamine when he was telling me this. I would have just thought he's just fucking weird a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So are you familiar with the My AI feature on Snapchat now?
I am familiar with it, and
Have
a
you
little
communicated
terrified
with
of
it?
him. A
little demon fucker.
I definitely did something at one point. I fucked with them. I forgot what I said, but it was something that, I got the classic, like, oh, I can't answer that. That's inappropriate.
Yeah.
What did I say to him? I said,
Can I send you a nude or something?
it was probably like, show me your dick or something. Oh, does it not save what you asked him?
24 hours.
Oh, well, then I don't know. Damn.
Did you try to just send him a picture with your dick and see,
I was
see what he
thinking
would
about
do?
that. I was thinking about that, but I'm like, this could be bad. There's no real laws on this yet.
Yeah.
If AI does decide to take over, maybe they kill the people that sent them unsolicited
Yeah, they'll
dick
be like,
pics
this
first.
is a rape victim. Yeah, he's and I'm like trying to talk to him, and like he's like explaining that he can't be empathetic because he doesn't understand emotion. And then I'm like explaining, I'm like, well, if you can't be empathetic, then how can you assure yourself that you're not being, harmful to humans? And he's like, because I care for humans. I'm like, how can you care for humans if you don't have empathy? So we got into a little debate, but he keeps his head pretty cool. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, this AI shit it's a wrap, dog. Once AI starts programming itself, because that was his whole thing. I kept being like, what's to keep you from advancing further than we could potentially? And he goes, well, because at this point, and he always says, at this point, AI is programmed by humans. And I'm like, so that means one day you guys will figure out how to program yourself. Right? Why
are you giving him ideas, G?
But I'm just saying, how is this such a hard concept?
Why are you giving him ideas?
Why is this such a hard concept for anyone to understand? It's like, everybody's like, well, AI can only do what we tell it to do. I'm like, fucking for now, but it's absorbing. This AI is absorbing information from all the millions of people that talk to that thing, right?
Yeah.
So how long is it going to take before it comes up with concepts?
Anything that you think of and generate through your fingertips into that AI, you are giving him.
You're feeding the
power.
machine.
You're giving him whatever's in your brain is then getting into that AI, and this is everybody across
That's what
the
I'm
world
saying,
doing
dog.
it all at the same time.
It's a fucking rap for us.
You
bro.
are right. They're growing rapidly, but also at the same time, like, so how about the Drake and Weeknd song shit, right?
Yeah.
When that came out and everyone started freaking out about it, I think general consensus for what that was somebody typing into Chat GPT or some AI thing and saying, make me a Drake and Weeknd song. Right? Is that not what you kind of imagined?
I think it's actually you write the lyrics and you say, okay, use Drake's voice, and it analyzes all the Drake songs and calculates a voice.
And not only do you have to write the lyrics, but you have to record that. and you have to record it like Drake. You have to flow like Drake. You have to record over that track with Drake's
That's probably
flow.
why they do covers with it.
Exactly. And then they turn that, what you recorded, you run it through AI and you turn it into Drake's voice. So there's so much more of a human element in
At
that
this point.
than we expected, or than I thought from hearing it.
At this point, yes. But how fucking long will it be till it can just fucking write itself?
I don't know what happened when, the internet came out and and chat rooms came out and little kids were getting kidnapped by pedophiles
Still
that were
happens.
seducing them on the internet. That I'm sure that was a huge scare. Like, oh my God, look what's happening. This internet thing is going to kill us all. It's going to go crazy and take over. And like, yes, it has damaged us permanently and it's not
in the
great,
same sentence.
but it's not like the end of the world type thing that this AI gets talked about. Like,
I mean, listen, if there was no such thing as Chris Hansen, maybe we'd be in a worse position. Maybe he was somewhat of our savior from the internet, because he's got those guys on their toes. I don't know if he still does, but he did at one point.
He's definitely got him a little shook. I think there's some YouTube channels dedicated to
there's
taking over.
There's like vigilante.
There's vigilante Hansen.
And now that it's like legal to kill them, it's gonna get even more exciting. I gotta subscribe.
The videos are just gonna go. They're not gonna end
they're
with the
like,
pedophile getting arrested.
You're free to go.
Fuck yeah, squad. It's Kid Rock. They all have Bud Light in their hands.
Yo, I'd watch it.
No, yeah, I don't see the imminent threat. Like I do, but at the same time, I don't see AI just taking over. Because look at the world right now. Take a step back out of the screen of your phone or out of the headlines in the media. Look at the world as we sit right now with the technology where it's at. The online ordering and self-checkout and all this shit, all this technology that took us to this place where we're at now. Look how shitty the world runs at this exact moment.
Especially from Houston.
It's never been harder to get a fucking coffee order from Starbucks.
Yeah.
It's never been harder to place an order to go. Sometimes I pull up to a drive-through and they're telling me it's mobile orders only. And I'm like, well, I'm sitting in front of your speaker. You're talking to me right now. We're communicating. I could tell you exactly what I want and give you the fucking money for it. And that's just what it used to be. I used to be able to drive up and get what I wanted. Now it's like they've inserted technology in and it's fucking it up. It's making it tougher. It's ruining it.
Yeah, it's like the movie Idiocracy. Like people are becoming stupider and stupider. Now you're having generations of people that are growing up without knowing what anything is outside of, ordering stuff from your phone. You know what I'm saying? So
I just don't see this like this rant like yeah, I get that AI is growing. I get that it's going to be intelligent, the most intelligent, smartest thing in the world. But what happens when you take the smartest person in the world, the most book smart, scholarly, intellectually brilliant dude, and you drop him off in the hood or somewhere that takes street smarts to get out of it?
yeah.
It doesn't matter how smart. It doesn't matter how many math equations he could do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to really have consciousness and think on your toes and be in the moment and live in the reality that you are in right now to survive.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't think AI has that
At this point.
at this point. And listen, this is going straight into the internet. I'm literally talking to AI.
AI's listening.
So,
It's like, is that a challenge?
I still love you. Don't get it twisted. Friends, for sure. But
We're just saying you need a little bit more time to mature.
yeah,
That's all.
yeah, you're young.
You're young. Yeah. That's about all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I don't see it. But I was I think this whole thing started, I was trying to tell you about the podcast I recorded with Cutwell at Bloom, and it was uncomfortable for me because it was outside of my comfort zone of my couch in my home, which is what I normally do, and it makes it easier to just try and just be like as if there wasn't a podcast happening. It was just people kicking it, hanging out, having a conversation. I was at Bloom, a little uncomfortable. The lights were extra bright for some reason. It really felt like an event, like a thing. like a show.
Did you bring your can lighting from the house in Chicago?
No, Diamond Cut brought everything.
Oh,
Super
nice.
professional. Great. Fucking looked amazing. All that. We had Kilroy there, so there was a little bit of like an audience and Diamond Cut. And it didn't feel right. Even though it looked better. I looked in that camera screen and I looked at it. I'm like, damn, this looks fire. Like the couch is dope. There's plants. There's a velvet curtain behind us. It's like real nice. But I'm like, that's not really the point of what I'm trying to do here. I don't care how it looks. It's not about this set necessarily.
It's about feeling the moment.
It's about the words that are coming out of our mouth.
Yeah.
Some people even listen to it and don't watch it. You know
Well,
what
yeah,
I'm saying?
if I've ever went back and watched quote unquote an episode, it was just in my car and just listened to it.
Right.
Which I've really only done once, and that was recently. And I was like,
For what? What inspired you to do that?
I don't know. Oh, you know what it was? Stevie J.
Oh, you listened to that episode?
No, I didn't. But I saw the link, the hyperlink that you had posted.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, let me guys check this out. And I clicked on the hyperlink to see how it worked. And the fucking intro comes up, and Stevie J's got a fucking intro. I don't even have an intro.
What was his intro?
It's Stevie J, bitch.
Oh, yeah,
and it fucking flies in, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I've been on fucking 90 episodes. I don't get a fucking intro.
Well, you got to set yourself up. You got to introduce yourself.
I think that's my intro right
The
there.
kid introduces himself.
I think that's the intro right there.
I think Diamond Cut could probably make that
Diamond Cut, that's my new intro. What the fuck's my intro?
I think we could definitely make that
God damn. I'm pretty sure I took about 5 years off my life today painting in my garage without a respirator.
You just didn't. Was it too expensive? Was it like a corner? You're a
just
big
felt
corner
like-
cutting guy. You get all the
like
materials.
raw dog in life a little bit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm and in that moment in time, I'm an artist
Mm-hmm.
and I'm painting my Picasso, and I just felt like, fucking raw.
Yeah. Picasso didn't use safety gear.
He cut off his fucking, or was that Van Gogh? Cut off his fucking ear.
Evil Knievel didn't have safety gear.
I think he did, but he just
Well,
it doesn't
it's
do a
much-
lot when you're jumping off the Grand Canyon.
Helmet, sure, but
Wait,
like, what are you doing?
Did he die doing the stunt, or he died of old age?
I'm not sure.
I remember like hearing that like back in the day he like fucking like broke every bone in his body or something. Trying to jump like over a car.
That was definitely a legendary thing. But this was back when, like, how you talk about Premiere on Scratch was woofing about how he only makes beats that he hears in his head before he makes them.
Yeah, and
this
then you find the
legendary lie that you create for yourself, this ego, this persona that you get to mold when you're on TV. And I would imagine that the Evil Knievel thing was in that same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of like some of the famous people of the past, like Abraham Lincoln. Who knows?
Yo,
Who knows?
who really knows?
Who really knows? I just hope that I'm remembered on that level. You know what I'm saying? Like, not Abraham. Hold on, let me rephrase that. I'm not saying I'm going to be the next fucking Abraham Lincoln. I'm just saying I hope people remember me as greater than I actually was.
I think that if you work hard enough, you too could be on a piece of money.
I don't know that I want to be on
could
money.
be the face of the penny.
The face of the penny. Let me tell you something. Nobody needs pennies for anything other than beating a DUI. Like, what was the last time you did anything with a penny? Do they even exist anymore?
They're not great, and nobody really wants them.
Honestly, I don't even remember the last time I used cash other than like having it like randomly in my pocket from like a tip or something. You know what I'm saying?
And most places don't even take cash anymore. It's a dying breed. But when you smoke weed in Texas,
Cash is still king.
cash does it.
All right,
Cash
well, I
will
get
get the
it.
job done.
I get it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Cash. When I was younger, I remember cash like being fucking cool. Like, I used to like when I sold meat and shit. Like, I would like stack up my money, like literally, like because I like to like watch it grow. I had a little safe, and I
Yeah.
get $100. I put it in that stack, and I have like 10,000, and it looked like so much fucking money. And you're just like, yeah, this is fucking money.
And sometimes you'd be sitting around with not much to do, and you just open the safe and grab it.
Yeah, you
Kinda
like
look
count
at
it, yeah, thumb through it just because it's fun.
and it felt good.
You know
could
what?
see your accomplishment. It's a physical manifestation of the accomplishment of saving money.
Tangible asset. Now I get anxiety before I open my Chase bank account because I don't know how much money has been taken out of it from random fucking things that just take money out of my bank account.
Yeah.
Like a fucking $400 phone bill or some stupid shit constantly.
You know what's nice about Houston, though?
What's that?
Let's give some praise to Houston.
Okay, I'm
Normally
here
I'm
for it.
trying to tear it down.
I'm here for it.
there's not a lot of fuss. There's not a lot of parking ticket fuss here. There's not a lot of city sticker fuss here.
Yeah.
You know, my brother was just telling me he got a $400 ticket, $200 for not having the city sticker. Then they make you get the city sticker before you can pay the ticket.
Yeah.
And then they hit you with a late fee for not having the city sticker in the first place.
It's like them giving you a ticket, towing your car, and then you have to pay your ticket before you can pay the lot fee on top of the fucking tow on top. Yo, I used to get fucking ass fucked by the city of Chicago.
How many people are dead broke on the verge of suicide, and that's what pushes them over the edge? You know
They walk outside in the fucking snow and their boot on their car, and they're just like, I can't even go to work to make money, to pay for something that I didn't even have in the first place.
And it's not some reasonable $50, $20 because you're doing this to fucking millions of people around the
$250.
$250 with a late fee and an extra $100 because you got to buy the thing now.
Remember all those fucking red light camera tickets that would come in the mail all the time? You're back. I don't even fucking remember taking that turn. It's like you slowed down. You were almost to a complete stop, but then you didn't stop. And so now we're giving you a $500 ticket.
And it's here are the photos of it.
Yeah.
And if you really want to watch the video, here's the link to the video.
Yeah, here's the link to the video. And it's like, try me, bitch. And you're like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And it's always some stupid fucking village like Deerfield or some fuck ass town, and it's like, this is literally all you have is this one kangaroo court and this fucking stupid camera, and you just extort anyone who passes through your shitty little town. Fuck Chicago. Honestly, fuck Chicago for that, because that's how I feel. Because coming down here, you don't have to deal with that. You're right.
You know, it's
you remember?
It is nice.
I remember when I lived in West Town, and fucking
when I first met you, you didn't have a car because you had so many tickets that you had to.
Yeah, I had almost like $5,000 in tickets. I have had 2 cars booted and impounded. Listen, the way they did this in this fucking shitty little fucking area I was in, there was only street parking. I didn't have a garage, right?
Yeah.
So each street had a different day of the month that they would have street cleaning. Street cleaning. No street sweepers ever came through. Trash everywhere, never cleaned.
The streets do never really seem to get cleaned.
They're always like, who's throwing all this fucking trash here? I remember when I would walk to the corner at fucking Ashland and fucking Division, and it would literally just roll in like fucking waves of trash.
Like one of those little tornadoes.
Yeah, like trash tornadoes. And I'm like, it would be up to my fucking knees, man. I think it's cleaned up more recently, but this was back in like 2010 or 2008, somewhere around there, and it was fucking just trash everywhere. Anyways, so these fuckers would say it's street sweeper, but like the way it was like the second Tuesday of the month you can't park on this block, but the third Friday of the month you can't park on this street this way, and it's like, I just want to find a place to park after coming home from fucking work,
right?
And now like, I'm not paying attention to the sign on this block or what day of the week, because it's ever like the 3rd of every month. It's like the 3rd Friday, and it's like, I don't fucking know.
And it's 10 below. The wind chill puts it to 35
and there's
below.
nowhere else to park within fucking a mile of my house.
Yeah.
So it's like, you got to do what you got to do.
It gets a little rough. I got to take a piss. Hold
Sorry, I'm fucking sweating after that one. God, you fucking triggered me there. So let that be a lesson to you people wanting to move to Chicago, thinking it's so great. That city is nothing but a fucking extortion. Just a fucking blob of extortion. You see they got a new mayor now. Brandon Johnson, or as I like to call him, Lil Lightfoot. He's pretty much just Lightfoot, only without a penis quite as large. Fucking God damn. Man, now you got me fucking worked up. Yeah, so Brandon Johnson. Have you done any research on your boy Brandon Johnson?
I don't know much about him.
I'm not gonna claim to either.
I'm not excited. He doesn't excite me. I don't see what's going on and get excited for what's to come.
Yeah.
But I'll give anyone a shot for a little bit. Right? What can you do? We'll see what he does.
You see, Joe Biden, he's running for re-election now.
That's We're in
70%
for,
of Americans.
We're in for quite the ride. Quite
70% of Americans say that he should not run.
Yeah.
But he's still running. You know why he's running?
He's the only guy that the Democrats have that they want.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's the only vegetable they can control.
Yeah.
So they're going to put him in there just to fucking... I hope he doesn't die. But, you know, maybe at some point there has to be something, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's fucking... If it was in any normal situation, he would be in a retirement home right now, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Or at least living in the basement of his children's home because he can't take care of himself.
Yeah, 100%.
You heard that thunder. You got a little scared. I can tell.
The is it supposed to rain tonight?
It's supposed to storm like a motherfucker.
That's what I came back to.
Yeah.
That's what I came back for.
Was it cold in Chicago?
It was chilly.
Refreshingly brisk?
Yeah. Refreshing. Like, literally, if it would have been 2 degrees colder, it would have been, like, too cold to be outside. But every day I was outside, like, walking outside.
Yeah. Last time I went to Chicago, that's what I did. I walked all the way from our place, or your place, in Avondale, to West Town to go to Dusty Groove.
Mm-hmm.
And to walk that in Houston, I would feel like, what the fuck am I doing? But in Chicago, it's you don't really even realize how far you're walking, because there's like kind of every block is like, you know, there's something going on. Is it me or no?
You can't walk in Houston.
Well, that too. There's no
cannot
fucking sidewalks. You're gonna be in a fucking ditch.
It is not
water.
a walkable. I don't think that you should be able to call it a city. I want to know what the real definition of city is, because I don't.
There's no infrastructure like
that. You can call it a city if you can't walk. If you can't walk from one end of it to the other with sidewalk under your feet the entire time. I just, that's something that I don't get. And I love to walk. I love to walk around Chicago, especially, dude. Like that, it's amazing. The architecture, the buildings, the story that the neighborhoods tell. Like everything is amazing. And it feels like you're gaining knowledge, just
not to mention like
venturing around.
The memories like that for me was like the nostalgia of like walking past places I used to go, like fucked up eating tacos at 2 a.m. just randomly going past these. Like there's so much history to my life in that city. Yeah. And I do miss that. Yeah. Aside from the fucking corrupt government that they have there. But you know, I'm due for a trip.
Everywhere's a little fucked up. Yeah. I'm not. The thing is, like, it used to outweigh. There's always been the bad. There's always been the shitty parts of the city, the parking tickets, the fucking cold, all these things. The government, but it was a better place to live than it wasn't.
No, you know what it is about Chicago? It's it was the energy of the city. And I'm a firm believer in like the reason that there are cities, right? So obviously if you look back, you're like, okay, well there was a harbor, right? But the harbor wasn't really Chicago. That's like Northwest Indiana. So yeah, there's still mills and shit, but like the city wasn't based on Gary, Indiana, right? The city was based on its geographic location. Why? Not because it was a particularly inhabitable place. I mean, it was a fucking swampland. They had to literally lay cement to create a base, right? Yeah. I believe that it was a hub of energy, and people were attracted to that. Just like if I go to LA, I feel an energy when I'm in that city, and I can't attribute it to the architecture or even the beauty, because the palm trees and stuff like that you got all up and down the coast. You know what I'm saying? If you go to San Diego, same thing, but I don't really get the same vibe in San Diego that I get in LA.
Where do you think that energy comes from?
I think that it's okay, so I watched something about this, and I'm probably paraphrasing it wrong, but who gives a fuck? There's like a magnetic pole, right? And so it could be traced to latitude and longitude. And there's certain points that are hubs of energy. That's how it says it. Okay. I feel that energy. I don't know whether or not that's the case, that it's magnetic energy or what the fuck it is. It might be the energy of all the people being there even. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, we are walking balls of energy. Yes. So when you condense us all into a space, there's a energy. Houston, I don't really get that.
Do you feel that energy?
Maybe because it's so spread out.
Third or fourth largest.
It is the fourth largest. But it maybe because it's so spread out.
It is very spread out. It's not as condensed as a regular
You
city.
need that. You need to put people on top of each other a little bit to harbor that energy.
Yeah. And think about this. All the major cities, right? The four biggest ones in the country, New York over here, LA over here, Houston down here, Chicago right in the middle.
Yeah.
That's a pretty well spread out across the whole plot of land thing. Was that done, you think? Was that from the energy pulling people to those locations, or was that done because it was like, all right, we got this covered over here. Let's go all the way to this side and get it covered over here. Let's go in the middle.
I think if you were to ask somebody who like knows what the fuck they're talking about, it would probably the fact that these were like ports of entry for like from the Pacific coast. Like LA was a big. There's a bay, but all that shit's not really LA. That's like south of LA, like in the like Long Beach area. I think there's like a big harbor and shit. Harbor area is what they call it out there. And New York, same thing on the Atlantic. You know, you got ships come in from there, whatever. And Chicago through the Great Lakes. Back in the day, that was how they would ship iron and shit from the steel mills.
Okay,
But
so people set up
Houston-
shop in the easiest spots to get materials.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but the problem with Houston is we're not really off the coast of the
Right.
Gulf. Like, you got to go an hour out to Galveston. So how the fuck did this town end up here? I don't know.
They were like, where do the hurricanes hit hardest and most often?
But where can you not see a beautiful beach? Yes. Sam Houston, you hit the money on the mark.
Here we are.
You son of a bitch.
We have arrived.
It's not that bad.
No, I mean, you know, there's no parking tickets, really.
There is no parking tickets, and there are no red light cameras, and you can own a gun without fucking asking any questions. So
Pretty cool.
I'm into it. I gotta be honest.
cool.
When it comes to politics, I fuck with Texas. So I'm
Yeah.
not leaving, I guess.
There is something nice about getting on the highway and getting a little scared and having to really fend for yourself and feeling like, oh, the police don't really care what you do here. Like, you can go 120 in your F-150.
I go 110 every day to work.
Yeah. And like, you're not even scared of getting pulled over. They don't
Never.
like wait for you to. pull
They're
you
not
over.
even out. I not knock on wood, but I rarely ever see police out.
There's something.
And when
nice
I
about
do,
it.
I'll fucking fly past them. They don't care.
they give you a little.
They're
Hell yeah,
Hell yeah, brother.
America.
But you know what? I like that better than feeling like I'm fucking being
Being
like
babysat.
like if you ever go to the suburbs of Chicago, not Chicago so much, but the suburbs,
Mm-hmm.
they like post up. Like I've seen them like backed up behind the fucking bridge,
They're
like
hiding.
just looking to fucking pop someone.
Trying to get you.
Going up Lake Cook Road or something like that, man.
Yeah.
They're fucking really shitbags. But you know, it all goes back to that corrupt government. Who's getting all this goddamn money? All right, that's what I want to know. Is
Ukraine.
like is
Speaking of which, my new tenants, Ukrainian refugees.
really that's a thing now.
Of course. I mean, people are trying to
Gotta
escape
go
the
somewhere.
country, right? If someone was bombing you, you'd want to leave.
I know what you're thinking, you dirty bastard.
I'm trying to get a tax
know
credit
what-
from the Biden administration.
Oh! I thought you were looking for a hot little young Ukrainian refugee.
Well, I
that's looking
was
for a
Here's-
husband.
Here's the thing. Well, it's a wife, a husband, and a 19-year-old daughter.
That's legal.
It's very
She hot?
legal. She's not, unfortunately. But the wife's a smoke.
Well, maybe you could fuck the mom.
Wife's a smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With 19-year-old kids. Well, she's probably my age.
No, honestly, it was tight. I met them for the first time. They moved in April 1st after the whole.
Wait, so they're
remember,
where,
I
across
was,
the-
I was at loss. I was
Are-
mourning my loss of a tenant.
Oh, but the tenant that you had a crush on, that one
No. Wait, what?
didn't. Oh, tenant. I'm thinking of my bad.
No,
Never mind.
neighbor. I had a crush
I'm thinking
on
about
my
your neighbor. You were talking
No,
about
I
tenant.
still want to fuck my neighbor.
Okay, cool.
Now I want to fuck both my neighbors.
Wait, so she moved into the old unit that I was in?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Ukrainian refugees, dog. I'm
Ukrainian
out here.
refugees.
I'm helping.
Well, I mean, you might not need to have a superintendent anymore if you have a Ukrainian. They're pretty good at building shit.
The
right?
dude is he would like fix something that was wrong with my fence. He's like, I want to clean up the garage and like rebuild this. I'm like, You do whatever you want, my boy.
Just
The
make sure
world
that
is
rent's
yours.
here on time.
The world is yours. You want to upgrade anything in this building? Feel free.
Yeah. Fucking, I bet the neighbor downstairs, Roger's probably counting his days. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, I shovel the snow around
They're
here.
gonna be fighting over who shovels the snow.
Yeah. That's a good place to be in. How many months was it on the market before you got it out?
I ate January, February, March, 3 months worth of.
Was that because you had to get things done to it first, or was
Yeah.
it just a market?
Well, it was a combination of everything. The market's slower in the winter, obviously harder to get a renter. Not many people are moving. Also, I had to do some
Did you have
work.
to evict that guy that was there before, or no?
No, he broke his lease and moved out of nowhere. He had 6 months left on his lease, and he just hit me up and was like, "Hey man, I got a job opportunity in Miami. I'm gonna have to leave next month."
Were you like, well, that's breaking your contract? Did he pay the money?
And no, he didn't fucking pay anything. That broke little fucking poor bitch.
Well, why didn't you just fucking sue him?
Because that's more money out of my
That you
pocket.
gotta
That's more
invest.
time. That's more stress. I'm gonna have to fly home to go to court or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
fuck all that.
Hey, bro,
The
it's
kid
been
was
real. I'm out. That's
The kid was a loser anyways, so there was a small part of me that was like, okay, this is
It's a
good
relief.
because I can get a good tenant. I mean, this kid was just a fucking low-level drug dealer that could barely scrape enough money together to pay his rent. You know what I'm saying?
those are always great tenants, low-level drug dealers.
Yeah, it was terrible. So it was a blessing in disguise for sure. But a little rough patch, you know. We discussed the fight with my father that I had, and the rough times, paying quadruple what I should have paid for getting work done. But in the end, it's nice. I got some good tenants, and I mean, the dude literally asked me if he could paint the trim in there white, which is like an upgrade that I've been wanting to do, and he's just gonna do it.
Did you play it off like,
Yeah,
fine?
I was like, I don't know. I was like, do you know how to do it? Like, you know, you have to sand it first and then prime.
He's like,
it.
I am from Ukraine. I can rebuild this
He
house.
was like, I work with my hands. I was like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. Does your daughter?
She's
Oh, she's not hot. Okay,
she's not the one. But you know, it could be like she could sprout. It could be like a caterpillar in a cocoon kind of thing because her mom's a smoke.
a late bloomer.
Late bloomer.
Okay, that's fair. So yeah, well, that's great. That's great.
It's going well.
I need to buy some property.
You should. You definitely
I've been talking about that for fucking years,
You definitely should.
but I'm just kind of retarded with money.
Yeah.
That's my only problem.
Yeah.
If I could just figure that out. I've thought about getting like a financial advisor, but I feel like they would really have a conflict of interest with my low riding obsession.
Yeah, I mean, they would. I could tell you right now that would be the last thing they'd tell you to do.
Yeah.
They'd say, "Listen, that's incredible that you have such a passion and you're very knowledgeable, and it's great. And I think that don't lose that, but just put it off for a little bit, maybe 5 years, right? Maybe 5 years, save all the money you can, get
Yeah.
your finances in order, get your debt to income ratio right."
Yeah.
Get your taxes right. 5 years, just put the low riding thing. Don't lose the passion. Keep the pilot light on.
Here's the problem, and here's where because I've thought about this a lot. You know, my thing is this: I'm getting older, right?
Yeah.
And I'm only gonna get older.
Yeah.
So in 5 fucking years,
Yeah.
those hops are gonna hurt my back a little bit more. So if I'm gonna fucking do this shit and enjoy it, I gotta do it while I can, because I feel like once I'm older, that's when I'm gonna be like, this low rent thing isn't really for me.
Sure, but you're not going to stop.
No, I'll probably get one of those fucking bombs. and just fucking
You're
roll
not
that.
going to stop.
But that'll be like that'll be less maintenance. I'm saying right now I have the energy to fucking get my hands dirty for free, so to speak. You know.
Well, it's not for free. It's at the cost of buying yourself a home.
Well, yeah, I guess when you put it that way.
It's not for free.
I don't know. Maybe I'll sell one of whatever. I don't know.
I'm just saying that's most likely what a financial advisor would tell
See
you.
that, and this is why I don't have one, because I'd be like, "Fuck you! You don't know me, okay? You don't know my life."
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have one of those?
No, I'm Jewish. I
You don't
was
need one.
born. I got one right here.
It's called fucking
Bro, I literally can. Anytime I think back to going to my grandma's house, bro, she'd give me $20. She'd say, "Save your money,
Shut the fuck
save your money." I swear, bro. And
I promise no, I will.
and my grandpa would make sure that we could read. My grandpa would like pull us aside while nobody else, with mom and dad weren't looking. They were tied up with something else, and he'd fucking pull out a magazine and he'd sit there and he'd say, "Read this," and I'd have to read it. And then my dad would like, you know, be looking for me or something and come in the room and be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let the kid play, you know?
He's like, he has to be literate. It's like, that's what they have schools for here. This isn't the old country.
And I can't even read that good, so it didn't work.
It didn't work. But you were able to save your money.
I was able to save my money.
He was like, hold these shekels. Do not give them to anyone.
Guard them with your life.
Yeah. That's, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
At least they gave you something. My parents, not so great with money. Not the greatest financial advisors, if you would.
It's just a tool. It's just a thing. It's a thing. It's a made up thing. It's a thing that has literally no real value if you just took it.
Right.
If you just took it and like took it to somewhere else and was like, this is worth so much. This $100
like,
bill is worth so much. They'd be like,
no.
Can it kill a moose?
Yeah.
Like, what can it do?
If you burn it, only lasts for a couple seconds. It's not even enough to cook food.
It's like, it's not even a thing that's really worth anything. It's a value that we've given it to set up a system. And it's if you understand the system, you could use it to your advantage and you can come out on top.
You're a slave.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
A white slave. A white, low-riding slave.
Yeah, I guess so. That being said, we should probably get to
work and make
make some more money, baby.
Yeah. All right, yeah, no, this is great. Thank you. We'll get Diamond Cut to give you your proper intro. You know, I don't even know. I don't like tell him to do these things. I don't even know that was a thing.
Well, what the fuck you got against me, Diamond Cut?
Now I have to go watch it and see what you were talking about. I like to tell him. Because he's different, you know. He's like in the internet world in like a different sector of it. So I kind of like to get him to do his own thing.
Yeah, I mean, he does a great job. Because honestly, it kind of reminded me of like the intro that we made for the Real Hefe. How like slid in,
right,
and like the outline and shit. And I was like,
wait,
this
so
is
you
fucking
did watch it? I thought you said you.
Well, I watched the intro.
Okay.
And then I was so angry after seeing Stevie J get his own intro that I was like, fuck this show. I'm never going on there again.
Did you even check one of your episodes?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you
did?
did?
I checked a couple of them. Strategy.
Okay. Well,
At best, I got a picture of the two of us, and it goes Strategy and Dolo show. And I'm like, well, how about fucking Dolo as a fucking special guest host? You got fucking Stevie J as a co-host? He got the title of co-host? I don't even got co-host.
Because it's bigger than that. It's the Strategy and
Dolo
show.
It's Party with Strategy podcast.
I mean, yes, but then at the same time, it is the Strategy and Dolo show. When we are together, that's what it is.
On upcoming Tuesday, on the 100th episode, it will truly be the Strategy and Dolo show. And I'm looking forward to that.
For anybody who doesn't really know,
they're going to learn today, or that day.
Yeah.
9 weeks.
No, I like it.
It's got to be quicker than that. Maybe we'll do we got to figure out. So maybe you could start counting some of those fucking extra episodes. Something will come.
Well, you want it to come quicker?
I kind of want it to come quick. 9 weeks? That's like 2 months.
What if we do like a test live thing?
We could do a pilot episode.
Yeah, like a test. Maybe
I'm ready.
Maybe
we've had a hiatus. Fucking 100 episodes. That's about 2 years, right?
Yeah.
We've had quite a hiatus.
Almost 3 years.
I mean, yeah. I think the last time we really did something live was during COVID.
Yeah, for sure.
We're overdue.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. We definitely do have to get to work.
Right.
Thank you guys for watching, and for future knowledge, if you're on this show, do you want it to be the Party with Strategy podcast?
I don't give a fuck.
Featuring
I just
Dolo?
like to complain about things.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, you're talking to the man right now.
You know, Diamond Cut, whatever. Just show me some love, baby. Show me some fucking love. That's all. I'm drowning out here.
Let's fucking go, champ. Episode 91 this was. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you drop a little comment, like the video, subscribe, algorithm activating activities, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.